नमस्कार आणि येवकार तुमका प्रुडंट मिडियाच्या सप्तकी कार्यावळीत जागोर जे जागोरा भितर ज्या गोवा बचाव अभियानान हे आंदोलन सुरू केल्लें त्या गोवा बचाव अभियानाची निमंत्रक आमचे कडेन आसा सबीना मार्टिन्स. दुसरे आमचे कडेन आसा जो रिजनल प्लॅन तयार केला तो पयली टास्क फोर्स आणि मागीर स्टेट लेवल कमिटी ताचे नोडल ऑफिसर संजीत रॉड्रिक्स. आणि तिसरे आमचे कडेन आसात क्रेडाय ही जी बिल्डर्सांची संघटना गोंयांत आसा त्या संघटनेचे गोंय फाट्याचे अध्यक्ष क्रेडायाचे निलेश साळकार. तुमचे कडेन सुरू करूया कारण बाकीच्यांचो आवाज आयकला पूण बिल्डर्सांचो आवाज अजून पर्यंत रिजनल प्लॅनाचेर आमी कांयच आयकलो ना.
See, this was a long awaited document and we are very happy that it has been notified. Our only reservation in this has been the drop of FSIs for plots which are more than 4,000 square meters, which is reducing from 80 to 60 in VP1 areas and reducing from 60 to 50 in VP2 areas. We feel that this step is a retrogressive step and it is going to increase the cost of housing twofold at the minimum. And most of all, it is going to affect the affordability of housing for the common man of Goa. People from outside Goa will be able to afford higher prices, but the man living and making his earning in Goa will find it difficult to afford housing in Goa. Apart from that, we are very happy with the way the plans have been formulated. It has taken time, but they have come out. We feel that all aspects of the GBA have been addressed, and we see no reason why they should be complaining now.
Okay. So Sabina, why are you complaining now?
I think it's wrong to slot us into complaining and supporting. We are just stating facts. Okay. The first thing that we would like to say is that my question is that this regional plan which is out is only for Perne and Kankon talukas. It's very clearly says in the notification. Okay. But the CM says, and the document which we have got, of course not officially because they have not yet given officially, it says that the VP status has been declared for the whole of Goa. Okay, so that if the plan is for Perne and Kankon, how does this plan become for the whole of Goa? And so it's very clear that in the rest of the talukas, it is the 2001 plan which is applicable and not even the draft RP 2021 where the eco-sensitive zones were marked.
Sandesh, we have been on your program and we have said that the RP 2021 is a roadmap for sustainable development of Goa. We have taken care of every of these 8,000 to 9,000 suggestions which have come. Let me read to you the plan. We have declared surface utilization plans for Kankon and Pernem. They are maps. Maps are to be read with survey numbers. And this policy has been released along with the maps. The notification says that part 1 has come along with the surface utilization plan. What does part 1 say? All FARs and related guidelines, guidelines means this, permit me to read, indicated for respective villages and municipal areas all over Goa, shall come into force from date of notification of the first released taluka plans. These guidelines, this book comes into effect from the date of release of first taluka plans, that is these 2 plans, and will be applicable all over Goa.
Gazette notification does not say that.
So, Gazette notification has notified this. Gazette notification is a very legal, it is a very, map as na. Gazette notification is a very legal document. It is a legal, it's framed by law department and all Gazette notifications. You go to RP 2001, you go to the notification of RP 2011 which was scrapped. All notifications are stereotype notifications. Please read the language in the notification. What is notified?
Can I just read from your own plan? It says, in addition to the policies and proposals contained in the draft regional plan 2021, a number of important policies and proposals have been incorporated. So are you saying by this statement that this whole draft is notified, is finalized? Because your statement says in addition to the policies and proposals contained in the draft regional plan, that means this is also included, is it?
Yes,
Is this whole plan notified? This is what I want to ask, because your statement says that. A number of important policies and proposals have been done, and extra, which includes rationalization of floor areas, it includes micro-industrial zones at panchayat level.
Of course
so
it is done.
Of
course it is done.
So how can you have new policies in
Which
this?
are the new policies?
It says, you yourself are saying,
which are the new policies?
Since some of the important See, in addition to the policies and proposals contained in the draft, a number of important policies and proposals have been incorporated in this report.
Yes.
Some of the important includes rationalization of floor area ratios, okay, eco-zones zone policies and micro-industrial zones at panchayat
Yes.
level.
So these are the
Now,
additional things.
These are additional of the draft.
Yeah.
In
Sandesh,
addition, that
nothing
is
is
what I'm
additional.
saying.
Nothing is additional.
You are
also
saying,
there
you're
inside.
saying
Nothing
it
is additional.
Hmm.
These are policies which have been amended, which have been made afresh, which have come anew after going through 8,000 to 9,000
So
applications.
basically,
which have
Sanjay,
come.
what you are saying that these are
Let me-
improvised upon.
Of course, of course. The
SLC
SLC
has
has
gone
no
beyond
mandate.
its mandate.
SLC had no mandate to the task force has given up the draft. The SLC's mandate was to sift through these 9,000 applications and go through it, analyze it, and come out with the policy. The route is the draft. Let me go. If she thinks
No,
that the MIZ
can
is
the allies, sorry,
Yes,
can
yes,
the
yes, MIZ
SLC
is
yeah,
is a new
MIZ
thing.
is said. A micro-industrial zone.
can I
Micro-industrial
go
zone.
through the draft? Can I go through? First, let me ask one pertinent question. Are you for industry or for not for industry? If you are not for industry, let us not
No,
discuss.
it's not a question of for.
Let us not
See, we are
discuss.
discussing a process. Whatever you have sent
Because
this
there
draft,
has been no
you
representation
have
from the
sent
GBA
draft.
on any organization on how the industry should go. There have been representations from GCCI, there have been representations from JSIA, and we have formulated a,
No, Sabina,
a policy.
the question
as
here
per-
is that
no,
are
no,
you opposed
Sandesh,
to
let me finish.
industrialization?
No, see, we are not opposed. That is what I'm
Then-
saying. Don't
then
slaughter
if
us.
it-
1 minute.
if it
What
is not
you are
opposed,
saying
let
is
me read.
Whatever is there in the draft. See, when the draft was sent and the village people did their mapping, they were given an option of VP1, VP2, VP3, and without informing
We are
the
on
people.
industry,
1
please.
minute, 1 minute.
We
You
are on
have
industry.
knocked off that.
No, 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 no,
The
no.
second point
No, no, no,
is
no,
about
no,
the
no, no.
micro-industrial
Let us decide
zone.
about this point
No,
and
no,
go to another
what I'm
point.
trying to say is
No, no,
both these issues are of procedure and processes that you, without informing the people in the draft, you
Come
have
on,
included these two.
The plans were of the people for the last 2.5 years.
Exactly.
Then
That's
the
what I'm
question of
saying.
if we have to go back to the
Sandesh,
people
let
every
me
now
see.
and then,
Going
these
to the
plans will
people,
never be
you have
formulated.
taken away the option from the people. You have introduced micro-industry, which people didn't
Sandesh,
debate. In
we
the
have
Gram
not
Sabhas, have
introduced
you done?
anything. We have not introduced anything. Please read the draft, page 48 to page 58. Please read. I will read what is recommended in the draft. The draft first, before even the draft came, we have recommended to the government that the SEZ policy should be scrapped, even before the draft came. Government respected the mandate of the recommendation of the
scrapped,
task
yeah.
force. SEZ policy was scrapped.
Scrapped.
In the draft, page 55, the task force rejected proposals of GIDC worth lakhs of square meters. Place 55. Sabina, please go through that. Now, you see what is recommended. Task force F. Can you see this? Emphasis on preserving of agricultural land like paddy fields, khazan land, slopes where cashew and other horticulture can be processed. Agro-based food and food processing industry can be processed. Self-employment in midlands and Ghat talukas. This is recommendation of the task force.
Exactly.
Listen.
Agriculture.
Which now
Listen.
you are
See, we
calling
talking-
micro-industrial
Are you
zone.
calling this micro-industrial
Of course,
zone?
that is the
Now
thing.
Of
the
course.
point
Let
is,
me
see,
read what is in the micro-industrial. No, let me read what is in the micro-industrial zone. It is exactly what is
Yeah, it's a
proposed.
list of 39 things which are also
It is
mentioned.
exactly in the draft. Where will people have jobs?
No, we have no issue on that. See, you
Sandesh.
have not discussed it.
Sa-
Our main thing
Sandesh.
is that you are introducing.
See, Sabina, the
a lot
problem
of
is
things
that
that you
whenever
are
any issue is
putting.
pointed out to you, you don't have a problem. But when it goes to the press, when it goes away from there, you have problems with everything.
I will
What
like.
is the press? Where?
That is what
What
is
is
happening.
it? What is
Any
happening?
policy, anything.
See, we are
It is
saying we are
exactly
talking
what is in
about
the
Any
draft.
policy you are opposing.
We are not
There is no
opposing.
logic behind what you are saying.
That is what you all are propagating,
no,
that
no,
we are
no.
opposing. We are only saying you have given
Okay,
an
let us
option
go to
the
the issues.
people.
It is almost a Gandhian system of cottage industry
Cottage
which we
industry.
are
No,
proposing.
we are not rejecting your MIs.
Let me finish. You have talked. Plots will be allotted to residents within the limits of respective village panchayats. Nobody else can get plots. Educated youth with technical background will get priority. Our goans have to work. All existing micro units in the village panchayat area should be encouraged to shift to that MIZ. I'll tell you why. I now talk as director industries. There is a carpentry workshop he wants to upgrade, he wants to get, people complain about noise pollution. There is a blacksmith of the village, he wants to upgrade, people complain about noise pollution. These people need to go.
No.
We have to put handicraft.
What is your complaint?
Please see who is going.
My thing about these kind of policies without this micro industry that you had this thing in mind, maybe very good plan. We are not discussing saying that it is a bad plan or that it shouldn't be. We are not saying that. That is the propaganda. What we are saying is that you should show it to the people. When the draft went,
It is
these
shown.
were the three things that
It is shown on page 48 to 58 of the draft. It is shown. The draft has gone.
So basically,
that way BP1, BP2, 3 also went to the people. You've knocked it off.
Of course,
And-
because there are suggestions
VP1,
to
VP2,
it.
VP3 we'll discuss.
Of
But
course.
ताचे पयली म्हाका एकूच
No,
गजाल सांगात.
our issues, I'll tell you what, Sandesh, is there's another thing, is that at the time of finalization of the plan, lots of things get in. Okay, now they have done the first release. We know, you know that GBA has been objecting to section 1616A because that's the way lots of projects, government projects and PPP projects are going out of the RPG. They are going to be introduced without keeping it open to the public. You're going to notify.
There is
This
nothing
what
about
going
it.
to happen.
I don't
म्हाका
agree
एकूच
to
गजाल
this. There is
सांगात. म्हाका
nothing
एकूच
about
गजाल
this.
सांगात. ज्यो गजाली थंय तांणी लिस्टिंग केला, whether it is micro industrial zone or other things, you are basically not opposed to that. But ह्यो गजाली लोकांक परत एक फावट दाखयनासतना नोटिफाय केल्यात, इतलेंच तुमचें ऑब्जेक्शन न्ही.
That is the thing.
You are not opposed to micro industrial zone, right?
See, we have as
No,
far
are
as
you opposed to micro industrial zone? It is
any
a
policies,
pointed question. Are you opposed to micro
the
industrial
thing
zone?
Is whatever is there.
They
as far
never
as-
answer.
No,
Sandesh, they never
Sandesh,
answer.
You're not allowing me to answer.
He's asking you a
He's
pointed
asking
question.
Me, that is what
No,
I'm
it's a very
trying.
specific
no,
question.
That is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes or no?
No.
Are you opposed to micro industrial zone?
Okay,
See,
let
the
us
issue-
put it.
Let me speak now.
Let me ask
people
you.
are already, all three of you are ganging against me.
No.
What I'm trying to tell you is that one is what we are saying is whatever you are saying, okay, you show it to the people.
How many
Let-
times? How many times?
Exactly. Now
How
let
many
me
times?
finish.
How many times?
is micro industrial zone, the way it is listed here was not shown. Agreed?
Okay.
It is not shown the way the
Nothing
plot
is
area
listed.
600. You are saying 600.
Sandesh, I want to
flat
reply to this.
600
Let us
square
finish.
meters.
Yeah,
the
let us
plan which
finish.
is shown and 100 FAR for the 600. What are the guidelines? Nothing has been done. Our only thing is show it to the people. People may even accept it. May say it's a very good plan.
No, why it was
We
not shown to
have-
the people?
That is the question.
Sandesh, this plan has come about after going. People have suggested. GBA may be one organization. What about the other 8,999? You know what they have suggested? Do you want to know? You don't want to know? They have suggested this.
Suggested what?
They have suggested handicraft industries, cottage industries, and we as planners have planned it for them. And we have ensured that a proper plan comes. The GSIA, which represents small industries, have represented. The GCCI has represented. I'll tell you one thing, 3,702 square kilometers is the area of Goa. 41,000 square kilometers as per the draft is industrial. It is 1%. Where will we get jobs? Where will we go? What are we talking?
We are talking about processes. I think we are mixing the two.
No, you are basically talking about procedures,
And
right?
so 30, that's why
And
what we
this
had
is
said about 30 days, you show the people. We are not saying throw
Absolutely.
out nothing. And that is
The
reason
plan was
because
open for 9 months.
Not with
People
all
have
these
suggested
things.
3 extensions were given. And all that what was required or what was proposed in the industry has been specifically elaborated at page 48 to 58. There is no doubt we have not come up with anything new. This is exactly what the people have wanted, what industry representatives have wanted, and there is nothing new.
See, according to me,
And our
Sabina,
village, yes.
No,
Your-
Nilesh
your-
उलोवनी तो उलोयलाच ना.
See, you are getting bogged down in details. These documents are macro plans. You have to take them as they are. And when it comes to the micro levels, you have to see. Now, let me tell you one big example in this. One major point in this. This draft has recommended improvement of waterways.
Yes.
It has recommended development of hinterlands.
It
No,
has,
but-
I agree with you, Nilesh.
No, but there is no-
We have
where is the-
recommended Khazan land management. We have recommended fallow land,
where are the-
agriculture.
where are the
Who is
facilities?
talking about it?
Exactly.
Who's talking about everything else?
That is what I'm asking them.
Draft is only FAR for you? Draft is
For
only...
them.
No, can I say the last page says that the district, if you're talking about this draft, the last page says that the district plans should have been done, that it should have been bottom up process. This is how the plans, this is there very much there on last page you see, and whether this thing was done. And so if you're going strictly by the draft what has been recommended, see, you can't speak for one and say this is accepted.
You are
and that
basically
is
for
not
bottom up.
accepted.
Sandesh, bottom up.
It was not done.
No, let me see.
Bottom up what's done, no?
Let-
Ultimately,
let me
Gram Sabhas were held and Gram Sabha
See,
Bottom up
Sandesh, it was not done as per the
Ma, ani
law.
kini karo?
Changes in law had to be done. There is
Absolutely
specific
no.
recommendation in your own draft plan. Very clearly, it is said that it has to be done. The changes have to be done. Municipalities
answer
Act
no.
is that. I'll show you.
Yes,
it-
Sabina,
it-
I
it
will
has
also
been
show you
done.
something.
It has been
There
done,
have
but
been,
it has not been
Sabina,
done.
let me answer one thing. GBA might have, now you might be representing GBA. At the task force, you made a presentation